Hello, and welcome to this module on ethics in early childhood education. Ethics are the moral principles that govern a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity. Why is it important for a profession to have a code of ethics? Well, professionals are doing a job that is essential to society. Professionals are the only ones who can do a particular job. Professionals monitor themselves. No one else tells them what to do. And it is essential, therefore, that a profession as a whole agrees that its members will conduct themselves according to high moral standards. As discussed in the previous module on professionalism, there are four main dimensions or standards of professionalism in the field of early childhood education. The first is professional knowledge. Professional knowledge is essential knowledge that is based on best practices within the field. Competence. We exhibit competence by being capable teachers in the classroom. Commitment to the ethical standard. This is responsible behavior with children, families, colleagues, and the community. And personal characteristics. Good early childhood professionals care about children. Great early childhood professionals care about all children and their families. It is important to be committed to these ethical standards. This commitment is demonstrated by your responsible behavior with children, families, colleagues, and community members. When discussing ethics, we think about professional and personal values and morality that are important, but they cannot be the sole guide for professional behavior. They need to be supplemented with professional values and standards of ethical behavior. Ethical standards are not statements of taste or preference, nor are they the same as laws. A code of ethics is an important feature of every profession. It helps categorize professional values and standards. It spells out our responsibility to society, and it provides guidelines for moral behavior. The professional ethical commitments described in the NAEYC Code of Ethical Conduct helps unify our field because they apply to everyone who works with young children. And because the work we do is so important, it is essential that early childhood educators have a moral commitment to children. And it is important to understand that a code of ethics can help us know how to act on that commitment. A characteristic of ethical dilemma is that it involves deliberation. It can rarely be resolved quickly or by simply applying the rules and relying on facts. You won't find solutions in any article or books on dilemmas that you might face in early childhood workplace. You can learn to work through these difficulties and with deliberation from guidance from the NAEYC Code. When you are certain that you have encountered an ethical dilemma, you can use the process described in the code to help you find resolution. An example of an ethical dilemma is the case of a mother who asks a teacher not to let her child nap at school because when he sleeps in the afternoon, he has a hard time falling asleep at night. The teacher must choose between honoring the mother's request, which may have a detrimental effect on the child, or refusing the request, which will have a negative impact on the mother. Ethical dilemmas are sometimes described as situations that involve two rights. And in this case, the early childhood educator has to conclude that it is morally right to allow the child who needs a nap to nap, but it is also right to keep the child from napping to help a busy mother keep the child on schedule. So should the child honor the wishes of the family or allow the child to continue to nap at school? How could she use the NAEYC code to guide her thinking and decision making in this situation? The NAEYC Code of Ethical Conduct offers guidelines for responsible behavior and provides the basis for resolving such ethical dilemmas in early childhood care and education. And so, in this example, the teacher has determined that there is a dilemma. The family doesn't want the child to nap, and the teacher knows the child needs a nap in order to have a successful afternoon. The teacher tries to adjust the child's nap time routine by starting earlier and shortening the nap time routine for the child. The teachers discuss with the parents some options that can be tried at home to improve the bedtime routine. And the teacher also looks for guidance in the code. And in the section related to ethical responsibility to children, Idea 1.5 informs us to create and maintain safe and healthy settings that foster children's social, emotional, cognitive, and physical development. Idea 2.6 reminds us to acknowledge the family's child-rearing values and their right to make decisions for their children. Ultimately, in this case, the teacher considers the code's principle related to children. Principle 1.1, above all, we shall not harm children. We shall not participate in practices that are emotionally damaging, physically harmful, disrespectful, degrading, dangerous, exploitive to, or intimidating to children. The teacher decides that the nap is important to the child's well-being and lets the parents know her decision to allow the child to nap at school. It was a tough decision. What do you think you would do in a similar situation? The tasks for this module include read the preamble and the sections of the NAEYC Code of Ethical Conduct and the Statement of Commitment. Then go on to complete the ethical conduct assignment. Good luck, and we'll be talking soon.